mist which hangs before you offers you a choice, to pass through or to escape. Beyond it are stories that reveal the depths of the human soul, events that show both love and war, hope and desperation. You alone are left to discern what to believe as you pass through what we call the fog of war. In 1993, as Stalingrad was being rebuilt, workers found an old steel box among the ruins. Inside were 23 letters, Heinrich Weber's final words to his wife Anna. When discovered 50 years later, they would reveal not only a love story, but the darkest truths of war. Worker Vladimir Petrov heard a metallic sound when his shovel hit the ground. A new apartment building was being constructed in the center of Stalingrad, now called Volgograd. The traces of the war from 50 years ago were still hidden in the soil. "There's something here," Vladimir told his crew leader. What they extracted was a small, rusted steel box. A German eagle emblem was visible on top. Inside were papers, old, yellowed letters. Dr. Yelena Volkova, the city's assistant chief archaeologist, began examining the letters. They were written in German. When she read the first lines, her heart raced. "Mein liebste Anna, today is day 127. I am still alive." Heinrich Weber was 24 years old. He served as a medical assistant in the Wehrmacht's 24th Panzer Division. Married to Anna from Hamburg, with one-year-old son Klaus. When the siege of Stalingrad began, Heinrich, like other German soldiers, thought it would be a quick victory. Now he was waiting to die, freezing in the city's ruins. He wrote his first letter on October 15th, 1942. "Liebste Anna, Russia is cold, but my morale is high. I will return home soon. Tell Klaus his father thinks of him. This war won't last long. Dein Heinrich." But the letter was never sent. Postal service had long since stopped. Heinrich's second letter was very different. "Anna, our situation is bad. Little food, few bullets, no medicine. But I still have hope because I love you. This love keeps me alive. Every night I remember Klaus's laughter, your scent. These memories keep me going. Dein für immer, Heinrich." After writing this letter, Heinrich made an important decision. He had to hide his letters. Maybe someday they would be found. Reach Anna. He placed the first letter inside his steel helmet. He hid the second under his boot. He squeezed the third into a small crack in his rifle stock. Heinrich's friend Otto Müller was watching him. "What are you doing, Heinrich?" "These letters will never reach her." "I know, Otto. But maybe someday. Maybe someone will find them." Heinrich began to get more creative. He sewed his fourth letter into the pocket of his dead friend Fritz's uniform. He put his fifth letter in a metal box and buried it in the frozen ground. He hid his sixth letter in the smartest place, wrapped inside a bandage roll in his medical bag. This bag might survive. Each letter became more personal, more desperate. "Anna, Fritz died today. Shrapnel hit his head. His last word was Greta, his wife's name. If I die, my last word will be Anna." Stalingrad had turned into hell. The Germans controlled only 10% of the city. Of the 200 men in Heinrich's unit, only 31 remained. In his seventh letter, he began writing the truth. "Anna, I lied to you. This place is hell. People are dying of starvation. Some soldiers, some of us had to do terrible things. But I won't stop loving you. This love is the only thing that keeps me human. Wenn ich sterbe, vergiss mich nicht." Heinrich hid this letter in the safest place, sewn inside his shirt, near his heart. If he died, it would stay with his body. Heinrich's hands were shaking now. Cold and hunger had destroyed him. The 8th, 9th, 10th letters became shorter, more desperate. Anna, I'm hungry. Anna, I'm cold. Anna, I miss you. The 11th letter contained a plan. Liebste Anna, if I survive and return home, I won't tell Klaus anything about war. I'll only tell him that his father loved him. If I die, find these letters. They contain the real Heinrich, not a warrior, but your husband. Otto Müller understood Heinrich's plan. He was also hiding his own letters. The two friends made an agreement. Heinrich, if you die, I'll remember where your letters are. You'll remember mine too. Agreed, Otto. But both would share the same fate. In his 12th letter, Heinrich wrote about Otto. Anna, Otto is a good friend. He also writes letters to his wife. We both want the same thing, for our loved ones to remember us. Sometimes I wonder, do Russian soldiers write letters like us? Heinrich's 13th letter was the most surprising. Anna, today I treated a wounded Russian soldier. He had his wife's photo in his pocket, just like mine. I looked at him. He looked at me. We were both thinking the same thing. Why this war? But then he died. I lived. Just chance. Heinrich buried this letter near the Russian soldier's body. Maybe someone would find it. From the 16th to the 23rd letters were Heinrich's last thoughts. Anna, I want to die now. But not by forgetting you. By remembering you. Anna, Otto died. Only I know where his letters are now. Anna, my hands won't hold anymore. This might be my last letter. The final letter was just one sentence. Anna, ich liebe dich für immer. After writing the 23rd letter, Heinrich placed it in the steel box. He buried the box in the safest place, under the hospital tent, with other medical supplies. Heinrich Weber died 3 days later. After Dr. Volkova translated the letters into German, she reported to the local newspaper. The story resonated in international press. In Hamburg, 73-year-old Anna Weber, now Anna Schmidt, saw the news on television. After 50 years, she learned her husband's final words. Anna spoke to journalists. I learned Heinrich was dead in 1945, but I never knew how he died, what he thought in his final days. These letters allowed me to say goodbye to him. Anna's statement triggered other searches. Excavations began to find Otto Müller's letters. Based on Heinrich's clues, 6 different locations were searched. 11 of Otto's letters were found. These letters to his wife Greta showed striking similarities to Heinrich's. 2 friends had lived the same fears, the same hopes, the same love. Heinrich's 13th letter, buried near the Russian soldier, was also found. Next to it were letters that Russian soldier Dmitry Volkov wrote to his wife Katya. Dr. Volkova was amazed. 2 enemy soldiers had died in the same place, with the same emotions. Dmitry's letters were in Russian, but emotions were universal. Katya, this war made us monsters, but you keep me human. Anna's son Klaus, now 52 and a teacher, cried when he read his father's letters. Mother never talked about father. We thought he died doing something heroic. Turns out he was just a man trying to live, loving his family. Klaus turned his father's letters into a book. Letters from Stalingrad, a father's last words. Heinrich's letters showed the human dimension of the Battle of Stalingrad. They reminded that German soldiers were not just war machines, but human beings. Russian historian Professor Alexei Petrov. These letters remind us that our enemies were human like us. War is terrible because it turns people into monsters. but love preserves humanity. In 2000, the Letters from Both Sides exhibition opened in Volgograd. Heinrich's and Dmitri's letters were displayed side by side. At the end of the exhibition was a text. War makes people enemies, but love makes them human again. Anna Schmidt died in 2005 at age 85. In her last interview, she said, "After reading Heinrich's letters, I forgave him. Not for going to war, but for making me wait so long. I lived 50 years without knowing his final words. But now I know. He loved me to the end." Heinrich's story wasn't just a German soldier's story. It was the story of thousands who couldn't say goodbye to their loved ones in every war, on every side. In 2010, a monument was built where Heinrich's letters were found. It had writing in German, Russian, and English. Here lie Heinrich Weber and Dmitri Volkov. They were enemies, but both were human. Both loved. In 2015, while cleaning Anna's old belongings from her house, a surprising discovery was made. Heinrich's 24th letter was found in Anna's old suitcase. Heinrich had written this letter before the war, leaving it for Anna to open on her birthday. Anna had never opened it. The letter was just 3 words. Du bist alles. You are everything. In 2023, during the Ukraine war, similar letters were found in Kiev. Russian and Ukrainian soldiers were writing farewell letters to their loved ones, just like Heinrich. History repeats. But Heinrich's story reminds us, even in the middle of war, love lives. Human remains human. And sometimes, even after 50 years, love returns. The 23 letters found in Stalingrad were not just pieces of paper. They were the victory of the human soul against war. Heinrich Weber died, but his love continued to live. Because some things are stronger than war, and love always wins.